supplement a little bit here and there. And it's not, for the amount that I put into it, I'm not getting a lot out of it, even though it's not costing anything to anybody.
It takes a lot of time.
It does. A lot of planning, a lot of consistency. And so I stepped back a little bit, and the beginning of this year, I decided to create a group. It was going to just be a 1 month long thing where it was every day there'd be a challenge for the people within the group to make themselves feel better, to build confidence, to maybe help them learn a little bit more about nutrition, but it wouldn't be solely based on nutrition. It was more about taking care of yourself. So I spent a month planning everything that I was going to do.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
And I created this group, and I scheduled all the posts, and every day I planned on going live after I get off work just to sit and chat to the people in the group. And I honestly didn't expect anything to come of it, because I had free nutrition style groups before, and maybe like 5 people would go in it, and halfway through the month they'd stop participating, and it was just me at the end of it talking to myself.
Right.
So I didn't expect a whole lot. And so the week prior, I started adding like my friends and family, people that I thought might be interested in it, to this group, and they started adding people. And then those people started adding people.
Cool.
And by the time I had officially started the group on June 1st, I had 500 people.
Wow.
And now it's up to 800.
Nice.
And it's people from all over. There's people in Europe. There's people in the States. There's people all over Canada. The majority are within Cumberland County, but there's still quite a few who are spread across the world. It hasn't grown much because I haven't given it as much attention as I did in the beginning, but so I went live every day, and I gave a challenge every day to these people. And
like, what would be an example of a challenge?
So I would set up challenges like, if there's something in your house that you've been putting off doing, like changing a light bulb or
something simple,
fixing a door, do it. Like, take today and do it.
Nice.
And there would be like incorporating 2 cups of vegetables into your day today, and try that for a week and see how you feel. Or after work today, go for a walk just for 10 minutes. Just take 10 minutes to yourself and go for a walk. Put in your headphones, whatever you want to do. Just take that time for you. And one day, like, wake up and put makeup on and make it fabulous. Don't just put your regular makeup on. Like, put on the eyeshadow and the blush and the lipstick and everything, and make yourself feel amazing, kind of thing. So, and the response has been incredible. And I shared my personal story, the struggles that I have had in my life, and everybody did. Like, I got them, the very first day I got them to post selfies and just introduce yourself, kind of like, hi, my name's Kristy, and I have 3 kids, and I work at the library and whatever. And it became so much more than that. They were talking about things that they went through in their childhood that nobody else ever knew about until this time, and I was just blown away at how vulnerable these people were being and opening up to me and everybody else in the group. And it's incredible. And even today, one of the members had posted, she had to thank the group because she had just had her 2nd child, and she was really upset and not doing well, and she started going back to the gym and eating healthy, and she's lost like 65 pounds since the group started. Because she took control, and it made her feel like she could do it. So that was my way of kind of using my knowledge and personal knowledge to do something for the community, because there's nothing. And I was, in the beginning, I was trying really hard to figure out a way to turn it into something more than it is. But I don't have the time myself, and I don't have the resources.
Right. So what if we put together some sort of, I don't want to say like an expo or trade show or something, but what if, and my wheels are just turning because I'm thinking, like, how can we use what we have accessible in this town to, even if it's just from time to time, give people access to what you have to share. So if we were to have access to a small, let's say approximately the same size as my office here, where you could do like an information session or like a demonstration of some sort of, I don't know what, maybe it's like a cooking thing, or maybe it's just a conversation about, maybe it's about carbs, or maybe it's about like even a series. If you could do a series of workshops, like a class that you could, because you're certified, maybe we could do that kind of thing, and that would be easy to promote, and people I think in town might be really interested in it. I tend to think that wintertime is a great time for that because people need something to do, right? Because it's dark and whatever, and it's a good time to do things to make yourself feel good. But also I'm thinking like, how else might we be able to partner with other people in the community? And maybe we could do a series of like a few nights of like, one night it's Kristy, one night it's so-and-so doing something else, one night, and kind of build on each other. Or maybe even team up each night, so each night has a topic, and, 3 of you come from different disciplines, but you all talk about that particular topic and how it affects, like, I'm just like, as you're talking, I can feel the opportunity there. It might not be a matter of like full-time employment right off the bat, but it might be eventually. But just like to bring passion, because you're passionate about this. Yeah. And there are people who are also working in silos who are passionate about what they do, but we kind of need each other, right? Yeah. It's like right now, like I love what I do so much and I'm so passionate about it. But if it wasn't for the people who sit in those chairs behind you, and right now it's just you and me in here, but like if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do any of it. Right. And I just sort of, I don't know, I think there's opportunity here. Yeah, Would you be interested in exploring that with me? Yeah, absolutely. Because I'd be interested in making it happen in terms of like, I wouldn't do any of the guts of it, the meat of it, but I could help do the promotions, I could help do the logistics, I could help find partners who might be interested. We could put out a whole thing and maybe have like I heard somebody say something about, they were at a university and there was a wellness week. It was a mental health wellness week. Somebody said that they had attended a wellness week at a university, and it was all about illness. It was about like how to prevent, anxiety, how to prevent depression at school, how to keep yourself safe from sexual assault. So basically, it all focused on the negative stuff. So, but well-being for the sake of well-being, I think, is like a more of an uplifting kind of thing. It provides more color when I think of it. It's more dynamic, and I don't know. I think we could get a lot of people on board. I would absolutely be up for that. And I don't know where to start. Yeah. I don't know a lot of people in this town. Yeah. I don't know, who to turn to, who to ask for help. I myself struggle from anxiety. Yeah. Major anxiety. Yeah. And I mean, it's managed, and on a day-to-day basis, I'm absolutely fine. But when it comes to approaching somebody about something like this, I'm like, yeah, no, I'd rather not. Well, I'm really glad that you did message me or comment on that post the other day then, because from the minute I met you a few years ago, and as we're talking right now, you have such an open presence about yourself. You would never know that you struggled from that. And and I think that is like epidemic, it's an epidemic in our community where everybody has this, nobody can tell what's going on behind anybody else, but everybody's struggling with something, and that's just normal, right? Like it really is. And I've been open about this before with people. I have bipolar, and it's managed, and whatever else, but I'm sure there are ways that I could change my eating habits that would make it even better. Now that it's managed well, I see it as an asset, to be honest. That's a story for another time. But no, I think there's all kinds of opportunity, and I can even visualize where I would do it, how we could do it. So another thing that I find is often, whether it's in like an organized meeting or if it's just people ranting, we often, as humans, will say, okay, this is great, let's talk. Mm-hmm. But you can't end a meeting without saying, okay, what's the next step? Right. Let's do something. And again, lots of people are working really hard. Lots of people are already saying, what's the next step? Mm-hmm. But for you and me right now, let's come up with a next step. So I think it would be great if we brought people together on this. Yeah. Because I think you're right. I think that's part of what's happening here in Amherst, like the holistic eating thing. You have that knowledge. I have connections and a loud voice. So why don't I make some connections with people, and I'll put out some feelers and see who might be interested. We'll put it on this post. We'll put out kind of a call for some people to kind of step up and let's do something. And I can help with the back end of things, and then whoever comes forward, we'll make something happen.
Thanks very much. Have a wonderful weekend on CFTA.